It's time to go inside innovation, brought to you by Allegiant, pioneering safety. Well, over the past 12 to 18 months, Fisher says has announced nearly $500 million in new investment from healthcare-focused companies. The Fisher's Life Science and Innovation Park was established just a few short months ago in an effort to attract high-wage, next-generation life sciences jobs to the city, and that appears to be happening in a big way. And I'm pleased to welcome to the show Fisher's Mayor Scott Fadness with more on why he feels the city is becoming the epicenter of life sciences in the Midwest. And Mayor, is always welcome to the program.
Thanks, Gary. Very glad to be here.
Yeah, big numbers. I mean, if you look, approaching $500 million over 18 months, 750 plus jobs, high-paying jobs in these life sciences jobs. Give us a rundown. List Bio among the latest. Jennison also announcing a big investment there in Fishers. It's really been a lot of momentum just here in the last couple of months.
Yeah, what's really exciting about it, too, a lot of those you listed are foreign direct investments. So you have Stevanato Group, an Italian firm, investing over $140 million. List, parent company, a South Korean firm, investing $125 million. Jennison doubling down, investing $40 million. You start to add all of these up, the momentum is really great. And you mentioned the salaries. I mean, the average salaries of all of these are right around $80,000 a year. So this is right where we want to be in terms of the kind of innovation industry, good paying jobs. We're really excited about the momentum we're building.
You were making a bet ahead on the Fisher's Life Science and Innovation Park that you could do it, you could attract these companies. That's obviously happened. You've about filled the park.
Yeah, we took a big bet. We bought 70 acres, nearly $16 million investment. Hoping and believing in the vision that we could create this. And out of that 75 acres, we only have 8 acres left, and this is within a matter of 120 days.
What's attracting? Mayor, what's attracting these investments to Fishers? Certainly Indiana in general, central Indiana specifically, a life science magnet, really a lot of assets here, certainly benefiting from that. But you've also created a brand up there in Fishers when it comes to innovation and entrepreneurship.
Well, I think it's a couple things. One, on the macro level, there's a lot of money moving into the life science industry right now, so they're cash flush and they're looking to invest, particularly in the United States. Two, we have a long history in central Indiana of making things as well as a life science industry. If we can sell that, and then we can be speed to market. So by doing things like buying land, positioning yourself to be successful, answering the call when it comes, and working those networks, I really believe central Indiana can dominate in this particular industry sector. And I'm hopeful that not only Fishers, but all of central Indiana really doubles down on this strategy.
It's all, as you know, it's all about talent and the talent to fill these jobs. Obviously, there's a level of confidence on the part of these companies in moving to Fishers that they can get it there. What's your take on the talent equation right now and how Fishers and central Indiana more broadly are set up to deal with it?
I think we're positioned well. Like I said, we've got a rich history of people that have worked in the life sciences. We also have a rich history of people that understand advanced manufacturing. We can tell that story and tell it well. And then I believe once you get 2 or 3 of these firms here, it affirms to the market that this is a legitimate place to try to do business, and it will continue to develop and grow in that regard. Plus, I think we have an untapped potential in Purdue University, IU, Ball State. These universities really do have a pipeline of individuals that fit this industry very, very well. We just have to perfect the delivery of that story when we're sitting across the table from people that might be interested in locating here in central Indiana.
As I mentioned earlier, you've been very intentional about branding Fishers as an innovation entrepreneurship hub, if you will, attracting IT, tech-related companies. Do you sense that the branding messaging may shift a bit to the life sciences in Fishers?
Yeah, I think it diversifies. Certainly, they are connected. I mean, our origins of some of these deals, like List, came from Launch Fishers, believe it or not. There was a connection there with Monon BioVentures and Scioto. So they're all interconnected. I think it's this innovation-driven economy, I believe, I think they're connected in some way, but I do think they'll diversify a little bit. We're not just going to be known for tech, but I think we're going to also be known for life sciences. And I'm 100% okay and excited about the fact that we can tout both of those opportunities.
All right, life sciences momentum in a big way in Fishers. Mayor Scott Fadness, as always, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Gary.
All right.